Today we are here in Buffalo Crossing. This is a well-established community that now has a new phase opening up on the back end in the new year. So you definitely want to jump in while you can. There are also lots of inventory homes that are available in the meantime if you want a home ready to go and you don't want to build from the ground up. But we are going to be showing you 3 different builders in this community. So why don't we jump right in? If this is your first time to our channel and you would like to know everything there is to know about living in San Antonio and its surrounding areas, make sure you subscribe or tap that bell for notifications to ensure that you're one of the first to be notified when we bring you new market updates. My name is Katie Powers, and my husband Steven Garza and I get phone calls, emails, and texts from people just like you every single day who are making a move into the San Antonio area. Whether you're 6 days or 6 months from making that transition, we would absolutely love to hear from you. All of our information, our phone number, our cell phone numbers, our emails are listed right here below. Steve and I would be honored to be your realtors of choice, so don't hesitate to reach out to us. Now, here in Buffalo Crossing, we are in Cibolo, which is one of the top suburbs of San Antonio. For those of you who are watching us that are active duty military, this is the place for you. We are just minutes down the road from Randolph Air Force Base, so if you are PCSing to the area, this is a great community to add to your list to check out. The front part of Buffalo Crossing has been around since the early 2000s, so you've got a lot of well-established homes, and then this back part of the neighborhood, they have added all of these new construction homes. So, well-established neighborhood, great area, great commute to Randolph Air Force Base and right off I-35 as well. So overall, great location, great community. Steve is going to give you more information on the community, but in the meantime, we are going to tour. There are 3, so technically we're going to tour 2 homes. There are 3 builders in this community. You have Belair, Chesmar, and Coventry. However, Coventry's model is not open today. So we are just gonna be touring Belair and Chesmar, but they're gorgeous and you will not be disappointed. So without further ado, why don't we go and tour this beautiful model that I'm standing in right now. Welcome to the Belair model home here in Buffalo Crossing. This floor plan, you guys are gonna absolutely love it. 2,800 square feet, 1 story. We've got 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. It's an absolutely stunning floor plan, just functional, which is great. So as you come in, of course it's the model. They've done a lot of extras, right? They've got your shiplap wall. They also even, if you pan up to the top, put some shiplap there on that entryway. Just the little extras, make it a little pretty. And then you have a guest suite right here off the entrance. Nice high ceilings. You could, of course, if you wanted to build, make this into a shower without the tub, and then it has a great walk-in closet as well. You also, they have made this a linen closet. You could make this, I would make this your coat closet. You know, if you were building, just make it a coat closet. It's right off the entryway. As you come in, one of the things I also want to point out is how wide this entryway is. So you do have room to put in a little entry table and do your decorating because you're not on a really small lot, so you do got some elbow room when you walk in. You've got a great office in here. Everybody say good morning. Great size office. Of course, you could also use that as a game room, flex room, because this floor plan does not have a game room. So that's a nice bonus room, office, or game room, however you want to use it. You've got your half bath in its own little hallway over here. Great for entertaining. Nobody has to go use the guest suite or go through a bedroom to use a bathroom. You've got that nice half bath for entertaining. Now, as you come in, you've got a great living room. Of course, they've put in this beam, which is really beautiful, just highlights it. Of course, it's sheetrock. It's not really a wood beam. They just painted it to look like a beam, but very pretty nonetheless. You've got a gas fireplace here with that accent tile, but nice big open floor plan. You know, we've had quite a few of you come to visit us here in the last few months, and every time we bring you to pre-owned homes, everybody wants the open floor plans. If you want this nice big open living kitchen area, new construction is where you're gonna find it, right? So you just can't beat this open living. Look at how big this island is. I mean, this thing is insane, to be honest with you. Very long. I mean, they have 4 chairs, but you could easily put more bar stools here. Nice quartz countertops. You do have your oven and microwave. Of course, if you built, you could turn that into a double if you wanted to. They've chose very sleek, simple, right? White countertop, I mean, white cabinets with black pulls. They really went with the black accessories, right? Your plumbing fixtures. But what do you guys think of different colored countertops? I'm just curious, because this is a granite, this is a quartz. What are your thoughts on that? It's different. And I'm sure most of it it's a model, right? So they're showcasing what you can do. I'm just curious because I seem to have walked quite a few homes in the last few weeks with different colored countertops. So you've got this great backsplash. It's really pretty. I personally see lots to clean because that's a lot of grout. I like the least grout, the better, but it's very pretty. Gas cooking in this community. That's a big deal, guys. It's a big deal, big deal. Okay, over here, you've got pantry, great size pantry. You got a little mud room here, and then your laundry room. This is a good size laundry room. I know some of you from the East are gonna say this is not a big laundry room. It's a good size laundry room. You could put an extra fridge here or a kegerator, your choice, whatever you want. But washer, dryer, electric. Yes, there's gas cooking, but not gas dryer. So, and then you have this one has a 3-car garage. If I can open the door.
Garage door open.
There we go, get some light. So this one's 3-car, so you've got a 2-car bay here and a 1-car bay here, so a 3-car side by side. That's pretty rare to get in this neighborhood in general. They have plumbed it for a water softener, for you to put your own water softener in, and then you have your water heater. One thing I want to mention about the water softeners, highly recommend, first of all, that you have a water softener, but more than anything, do it aftermarket. If you're gonna purchase a new build, like build it, I would purchase your water softener after the build. If you have the builder put in a water softener, you will pay 3 times what a water softener is worth. Not worth it, but I would suggest, typically they pre-plumb it in general. If the builder does it, I would always add in that pre-plumb. Way cheaper for them to plumb it, but more expensive for them to actually put a water softener in. Overall, I will say, guys, it is hot. It is August in Texas. We are burning, blazing outside, but in this garage, it's actually not terrible. So they have insulated it very well. That's also a big win for new construction homes. And this is what you would be considered a finished out garage. It has baseboards, it has texture on the walls, and they are painted. I know that seems silly, but when you get into like a 300 price point, you will just see sheetrock. It will not be textured, it will not be painted. So it's just kind of nice to have that finished garage feel. On to the rest of the house. So one of my other favorite things about this floor plan is all of the bedrooms are really spread out, right? So we have that front suite at the front, and then over here off of the kitchen, you have 2 bedrooms with a Jack and Jill bathroom. And they each have their own sink. So when you come in the bedroom, you have tile with the sink, but then you can come all the way in. Oh, that was a good one. Clearly it might be a little tight, right? Bedroom, I would not put a dresser there, clearly, or else you'll have a bad hip like I will now tomorrow, big bruise. Good size overall. This is probably what, a twin? No, a double. That's a pretty big side table, but you could still fit 2 side tables. This would be a great room for a bunk bed. Let's just say that. You'll have room. But if you do a queen in here, it would be really tight. I don't know if your kids are as bougie as mine, but my teenager has a queen and was asking me for a king size bed the other day for his skinny self. So I think of those things, but most kids sleep on a full or a twin in general. We have bunk beds for our younger ones, and it's a full on the bottom and a twin up top. So it just depends. That type of a bunk bed would be great in this room, to give you an idea of size. We're gonna cut through here so you can see this bathroom. We're gonna point out some upgrades, okay? I know you guys love this. If you build an inventory home, or if you purchase an inventory home, you will 98% not have tile to the ceiling. Okay, whoop, look, we're not recording on our phones anymore, guys, and so now I'm getting phone calls. Don't be mad if it's one of you calling me. I'll call you back later. Okay, so you have tile to the ceiling. That would be an upgrade when you're building, and if you buy an inventory home, it will most likely not be to the ceiling. But it's they took the tile from the floor and just ran it up, essentially. So it's all cohesive, looks really nice. Now you have the sink here in what would be considered bedroom number 3. And this one has a really nice walk-in closet over here. So bigger closet in this room. It's a good size. Super, super spacious. This bedroom is a little larger. I would not have hit my hip walking in with that dresser here. So little bigger, you could definitely fit a queen in here and have a little elbow room. So this room is a little larger. Let's go check out the primary suite. I didn't really point out the dining room when we were touring the kitchen, so I'm sure you saw it, but nice separate dining room instead of having like an eat-in kitchen. But on the other side of those bedrooms is your primary. They've done some Art Deco wall on here. Again, do not have the builder do this for you. I know it looks pretty, but I promise you, it is so easy and inexpensive to do. Steve and I did our office for 150 bucks, right? Just some elbow grease. If you physically don't want to do it, I have a great handyman that can do it. The builder will charge you an arm and a leg to do this, even though they have the trades here. So super cute, beautiful. Definitely, if you guys are watching this video because you're looking for ideas to decorate or what to do to get your home to sell, this is a great, cheap, inexpensive way to make your house stand out amongst the rest. So if you are moving here from another market and you haven't talked to an agent yet, there's your free real estate advice to sell your home. That's a great way to do it. You've got tray ceilings in here, makes the room feel even bigger. This is a king size bed in here, and you do have good size on either side of the bed. So this is a very spacious room. And then this, literally before we started recording, Steve walked in here and said, oh wow. So he was impressed with this bathroom. You have your toilet throne right over here. It would have a door on it. It's a model, they don't have doors typically. But you have two separate vanities. I won't tell you which one is his and which one is hers. I'll let you figure that one out. Really nice shower, guys. Like, this is really nice. Again, upgraded because it is tiled to the ceiling. I could promise you if you built this out, it would not be tiled to the ceiling unless you upgraded that. But the big thing that I want to point out is it's not a tray or a pan on the bottom. They've tiled it. So that's a really nice bonus to have that. You've got a great walk-in closet. Really great size. And then you have your goodness, and this is a good example because the other ones that we've shown you didn't have stuff in it, right? But this is an example of all the inner workings, right? They have their modem because it's a model, so they have internet in here. So this is a really great way or a great place to keep your modem and things like that, so you can have your Wi-Fi throughout the whole house and you're not having it next to your TV to see. It's kind of tucked away. You can plug it in right here in the primary closet. Really cool. Let's go take a look at the outdoor living. All right, so you've got a door right here off the living room and kitchen. You've got a great covered patio. I know this microphone is really good, so you probably can't hear the music that we're getting serenaded by. Makes me miss home. But they're building over there, so they've got some really cool music going. Great ceilings, high patio is what high patio ceilings is what I'm getting at. This is a good size covered patio. The other thing I want to point out is we're gonna give you guys like home maintenance lesson 101 right here. So this is your condensation, your secondary condensation line. This is for your AC. So they've put it on your patio so you can see it from the window if you come out here. For those of you who are not used to extreme heat, it's not that extreme, right? We're not the desert, but it does get hot here. If you're not used to it, if you start to see water coming from that condensation line, turn your AC off immediately and call an HVAC guy. You should not have water coming out of your secondary drain line unless there's a problem. So turn it off, call an HVAC guy, but there's a reason for that. Please don't attach a pipe to it and run it off your patio. Steve's laughing really hard right now. I mean it, because it happens. People think, oh, this is annoying, I want it to drip into the grass. If it's dripping, you have a problem. Turn your AC off, okay? So don't attach a pipe to it to drain to your grass, to water your grass. Good size yard. They sodded all the way to the end, has a sprinkler system, and a fence. These aren't my favorite fences. For those of you who also want to know about fences in Texas, they're shared property, common property shared between your neighbor. Sometimes I feel like the builders do this so that you're responsible for the fence on this side and the neighbors. But let's be real, if you need a new fence, you're supposed to split the cost with your neighbor. Supposed to. In most cases, like Steve and I just replaced our fence. Like, we're not gonna ask our neighbors for money. You can though, and legally, they should share the cost. But I'm not a big fan of the way this looks. What do you guys think? Does it annoy you as much as it annoys me? It's the little things. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being moody today. But anyway, that's what we got for you for the Belair home. For Belair in this community, you're looking anywhere from 500, I mean, their lowest price is 512. So low fives up into the mid sixes. This is a great floor plan, 2,800 square feet, 1 story. It takes up a good portion of a lot, and yet you still have space. So depending on the lot that you find, you could have more room, like the house behind us. When we were showing you the fence, that yard is significantly smaller than this one. So it's just gonna depend on which lot you choose, because the depth changes on the lots. The width does not, but the depth does. So they are gonna be opening up a new section. It's already being developed, so if you wanna be in Buffalo Crossing, this is a great opportunity. They have lots of inventory homes, and by lots, I mean Belair has 7 inventory homes ready for you right now. So if you are looking to get into this neighborhood and don't wanna build your own, you've got lots of potential of inventory homes to negotiate, because they're sitting there and the builders need to get rid of them. So you can get a really good deal on some of these homes. But why don't we go check out another beautiful model right here in Buffalo Crossing?
All right, guys, we are here in Buffalo Crossing in the beautiful Cibolo, which is located off of 35, right north of 1604. It is right on the outskirts of San Antonio, and this is a definite military community. Tons of military out here. You got Fort Sam, you got Randolph Air Force Base. So anybody PCSing is considering these communities. Lots of retired military out here as well in these beautiful subdivisions. You can see the beautiful Coventry model right behind me, and then you got the beautiful Belair model over there. So a little bit about the area itself. The tax rate in Cibolo is 1.93, which is great, right? Sub 2%, so you can't beat that out here in Cibolo. You get your own police force, your own fire department. It's its own little city. It's got its own, city council out here. So the subdivision itself does have an HOA, and that HOA is gonna be $800 annually. That includes common maintenance areas, and then also the new community center that is coming early next year. We hope, fingers crossed, gonna have a pool, park, playground, that kind of stuff. And then throughout Buffalo Crossing, you also have tons of walking trails, jogging trails, biking trails, whatever you prefer. It's just a great community, very peaceful out here, lots of families, lots of military. All right, so a little bit more information about the community itself. These are 60-foot lots that we're on. The real estate's gonna range from mid 400s to mid 600s, whatever you prefer. A bunch of different square feet in there, 1 stories, 2 stories, 3,000, 2,800 square foot, 1 stories, which is kind of my favorite floor plan. It's just missing the game room, but you're gonna tour through that. That's a beautiful home. I could do that floor plan for sure. And where we're located, we are roughly about two miles away from downtown Cibolo, which is a cute little strip. It's got restaurants, bars, that kind of stuff, hang out in the evenings. It's got the Walmart, the HEB down the road from here too. So you're 5-10 minutes to everything. You're gonna stay in your little bubble and then cruise on out to work, right? If you're military, or if you're commuting off of 35, not far either from 35, about 5-10 minutes there, depending on traffic. So can't beat the area. All right, let's keep touring these beautiful model homes.
All right, welcome to the Chesmar model. Okay, you guys are gonna love this floor plan. 4 bedrooms, you got a primary and a study downstairs, 3 secondary bedrooms upstairs with a game room and a media room, over 3,000 squares feet, plural, just kidding. All right, let's take a look. So as you come in, you've got a nice entryway. I just pointed out on the last house, the width. I do like to point this out because this is exactly what I'm talking about. So you have room to put things. I always think of it like, where am I gonna put my purse, my keys, that type of stuff. When you have these wide entryways, you've got room to put these little pieces here. Of course, this is decorative. I would probably do a bigger, higher hutch, but anyway, that's my point of pointing out why it's so wide. Man, guys, I need some coffee. I don't think this is vinyl plank. I think this is a laminate, but it's gonna be, laminates come a long way, so don't Don't wrinkle your nose when you hear the word laminate. It's a good floor. You'll love it when you live in Texas because it's hot here and it keeps your house cool and it's cool to your feet. And there's no grout. For those of you who struggle with tile, you know my reasoning for saying that. Okay, so office, good size office, great windows, great light coming in. If you saw as Steve walked in here, you have that really cute covered porch out front. Very cute. They chose to do this Art Deco. We won't go down that road again. However, I am curious because this green is in and I love green. But what do you guys think of the crown molding being green? I love the green here. I don't know how I feel about that. Curious what your thoughts are on that. Let us know. As you come in, you've got your laundry room over here. It does go into the primary closet, but we are gonna show you that once we go around that way. You also have a nice cutout here to go into the kitchen if you wanted to. Again, we're gonna come back to show you that. And then this would be your door to your garage. This would be a 3-car garage. So nice and spacious. Now, as you come in, you've got your half bath here. Again, great placement. It's not in the living room, off to the side, but you don't have to go through a bedroom to get to a bathroom. Check out this living space. The ceilings immediately come soaring high, 20, 22 feet, I'm not sure exactly. But really, really great space in here. It feels so big. Also, as we come around, I also want to point out, Chesmar is really good at putting in these little niches for your artwork. I'm not a big fan of that color they painted in the niche, but overall, like, they did a great job showcasing it so that you can see it. If you have a decorative bone in your body, I know you guys can make that way prettier. I am not very good at decorating, but I do like seeing those little niches. But great living room, great big windows, picture windows, energy efficient, and then you have your gas fireplace, and they chose to put a mantle. We're seeing more and more builders not do mantles so that they can put the TVs lower. I like the mantle. I think about Christmas, which is why I like the mantle. Other than that, I wouldn't need a mantle. It's really just for Christmas. You do have the stairs here. I'm curious what your thoughts are, because this is a different floor plan than what we've shown you before for Chesmar. How do you guys feel about the stairs in this location? It's a little different, right? Typically you have stairs at the front entryway. Like as you walk in, you see the stairs. This time you don't. It's really out of the living room. What are your thoughts? Drop a comment, let us know. Some people are gonna love it, some people are gonna hate it. I'm just curious what you guys think. All right, dining room, breakfast nook dining room. Nice, great size kitchen. You've got the quartz countertops here. A little buffet there. I love this backsplash. If you guys have been watching us for a long time, then you know herringbone pattern. Love me a subway tile with a herringbone pattern. It is one of my favorite. I really think it classes up a space, whether it's backsplash or your floors. One I saw this weekend had herringbone pattern with the wood floors. Statement piece right there. But this is beautiful backsplash. Never can go wrong with a classic white, clean subway tile. Throw it in a herringbone pattern, makes it even cuter. They did do some upgrades here, right? They put the tile up on these windowsills. But having a window in the kitchen, really great, extra light. You've got lots of counter space in here. They went black and white. I saw this a lot this weekend too while we were showing. What do you guys think of it? It's a very classic color, right? Black and white is timeless. How do you guys feel about black cabinets is the question. They're nice cabinets though, and they're tall. You could, Chesmar does offer upgrades if you wanted that second row of cabinets. But the great thing about Chesmar is in their models, they typically don't deck them out. They really give you a better sense of what to expect. So they didn't deck it out and put those extra cabinets. So you can really see this is what your kitchen would look like. Yes, they probably upgraded that gas range there, but you do get gas cooking in this community. Island is useful, right? It's not those big, massive, crazy, big islands where you can fit a bunch of people under, but you do get a peninsula on this one plus an island. So just great space. You've got a really good sized pantry here. Just utilizing the under the stairs. And then you have your coat closet from that entry, right? So this is your second way in to the kitchen that I pointed out at the beginning. So we just went in a big circle. But now let's go check out the primary because that is the only thing left for us to see downstairs. All right. Nice big primary, high ceilings with the tray just to give it that extra height. You know how like builders pick a color and they just run with it? They picked this brown and they went hard on it. And I'm not loving it, I'm not gonna lie. Like a blue, a green, love it. The brown, what do you guys think? Okay, windows. These are really good size. Windows are not your standard size, they're nice and wide. They open, you've got a nice little window seat here. Some of you are oohing and eyeing right now because I know quite a few of you come here and every time we tour home, you're like, ooh, a window seat. My question to you is, for those of you who always say, ooh, a window seat, do you use them? Like, do you really actually use them? I mean, they're pretty, but if you have a chair right there, you're gonna sit on the window seat or you're gonna sit in a chair? Just curious. Okay, primary bath. 2 separate vanities. Again, you choose which is his and hers. I guarantee you she's gonna choose this one. You've got a walk-in shower. All right, so this is what I wanna point out. The last home we were at, I showed you the tile. This is a pan. Could you upgrade to tile? Absolutely. But they did tile to the ceiling, which would be an upgrade, but Chesmar typically does a pan. So you can tile it, but it's gonna be an upgrade. So standard, they're gonna put a pan in it. You've got your linen closet. Your toilet throne is over there. And then you have your walk-in closet that goes to the laundry room as promised. And they did really cute shiplap. And they did it in the green, not the brown. Thankful for that. Cute. What do you guys think of this tile? Steve really loves these accent tiles in the laundry room. Full disclosure, we're about to do ours and that is his one requirement. I get to decorate and do whatever I want, but it has to be a decorative tile. All right, let's go check up the upstairs. All right, so once you get upstairs, I do want to point out Chesmar is really good about this. I've seen Brightland start to do it as well, but Chesmar was the first to put horizontal bars. It is very modern. It definitely is sleek. It is a great touch. Do you guys like it or do you like the more standard vertical ones? I think the horizontal is really, really modern, but it gives it a really good, elegant touch. Okay, upstairs, this is a great space. You've got a game room over here. Good size game room. And then you have your media room. And they did it green, all green. Also curious because they call this drenching. I watch a lot of TikTok, y'all. I probably shouldn't watch that much TikTok, but I love the color drench. So in a room like this or a half bath where you just like pick one color, you do the ceiling, the walls. They didn't do the baseboards, but I have seen where they do trim and doors and baseboards, like they drench it in one color. I love it. And I love when they do this green, especially in half baths. So, by the way, Lauren, if you're watching, I know you just did this in your half bath and I love it. So color drenching is super great. It's super pretty, but I would say do it in a smaller space or in a movie room so it keeps it dark. Please don't do it in your primary. Just as a real estate agent when we go to resell or paint it back when we go to sell it. But you've got a closet in here, which is great. The other thing I like about this media room is the doors. So you do have your game room, which that sound will loft over into your living room downstairs. But having the doors in here, you know, you got some rambunctious kiddos, you can always close that door so it's not so loud downstairs. The mom in me takes over sometimes. So you've got 3 bedrooms up here. This is one of 3 upstairs, and it does have its own bathroom, so suite. With the green subway tiles, take a note that it doesn't go to the ceiling. That's standard, typical. It's also a pan, the same as the primary. And then you have your walk-in closet, small, but a walk-in nonetheless. Then you have 2 more bedrooms over here and a bathroom in between. So this is bedroom 2 of 3 upstairs. Good size. It's got a great view of Cibolo. And then you have a bathroom in between. Also take note of the tile not going to the ceiling. That would be your standard height. With the black hexagon tiles. Last bedroom, bedroom 4. All right, what do you guys think? There's a lot of space for 3,000 square feet. They really utilized this space really well. Why don't we go take a look at the outdoor living so you can see what you get with this home. All right, outdoor space. You've got a covered patio. Now, Chesmar stamped, I know it looks like tile, it's not. They stamped this concrete and stained it. It would be an upgrade, I'm sure, but it does look nice. Good size yard. You've got a side yard, backyard. This specific street backs up to the greenbelt, which is really nice. All right, so that's what we have for you for Chesmar. The pricing for Chesmar in this neighborhood are gonna be high 4s. So $487 is really their least expensive floor plan in Buffalo Crossing, all the way up to 600s, really mid 600s. The big thing, new lots are coming. They're developing. We're gonna show you it right now. Tee off the drone footage, just kidding. So we're gonna show you the new lots that are coming up here. They are gonna be opening in the new year, January, February of 2026. So if you are moving to the area in the new year, I'm specifically talking to you military. If you're not military and you wanna live in Cibolo, we're happy to help you. But typically military, you get your PCS orders and you're moving here in 2026, this is a great opportunity and a great neighborhood. You are just minutes down from Randolph Air Force Base. So really great location, close to restaurants, food, shopping, all of those things. You're in a really great established neighborhood. Steve's gonna give you more information on the neighborhood so you know what's coming down the pipeline, but overall, this is a phenomenal community and you won't regret living here if it's right within your budget. This is a great opportunity. If interest rates come down, and I use the big if because I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know, I think they are. I'm ever the optimist. Steve is the realist / pessimist, realist. He will never say that they are coming down because we don't know. I think they are. If they do, the builders are gonna give even better incentives with that rate coming down. So yes, the rate might only drop to 6.5, but the builders are gonna be offering 4% interest rates at that point, right? So really great opportunity coming down the pipeline here to pick your lot in the brand new area where the pool and all of the amenities will be at. So that is what we have for you here. I want you to stick around because we're gonna give you a map video so you can see exactly where this is located and why this is such a great location. There is also another builder, Coventry, in here. Shame on Coventry for not being open today. But if you wanted to move in this area, you do have the beautiful Chesmar, Belair, and Coventry building in this community. We just were able to show you two, but overall, great community. Stick around for the map video, and why don't we just jump right in. All right, so now that you got to see those two beautiful models right there in Buffalo Crossing, let's jump on the map so you can see where we are at on the map. All right, so we have San Antonio as a whole. We're gonna run over just a few things just to give you an idea of where this neighborhood is in relation to San Antonio as a whole. So Cibolo and Schertz really just kind of intertwine. Selma, Schertz, Cibolo, you're gonna see all of these. You're not really gonna know when you're driving through it, but in Cibolo's over here, so we'll just put a dot here. That doesn't mean that's where the neighborhood is, but that's just so you know where Cibolo is in relation to everything else. San Antonio has two major loops. We have the outer loop of 1604 and we have the inner loop of 410. Now for Cibolo, you are going to be using I-35. This is a very main interstate freeway, right? It goes all the way to Canada and then south all the way to Mexico. So this is a very heavily traveled freeway. So you just want to keep that in mind. I-35 is a big freeway. Then you have 281, which is right here in the middle. And then you have I-10, which is on this side. Those are your three main freeways, and I-10 does come down through San Antonio and then jets out going east towards Houston. And if you go this way, it turns into 90 if you're going west. But really, I-10, 281, and 35 are your main freeways. And then 1604, the big loop, and 410, those are gonna be your most traveled freeways in San Antonio. Now, again, this video is on Cibolo, so let me show you in relation where the neighborhood is in Cibolo and why it's such a great community in Cibolo. You have HEB right here. Let me just get my little pointer here. So downtown Cibolo is right here, and it's very tiny, very tiny. Actually, in all actuality, like downtown Cibolo is right here. But as you can see, we got you some great drone footage of new Cibolo, and it is down this road right here. So what you're seeing is all this shopping right here. This is what I like to call New Cibolo. I don't know if the people living in Cibolo call that, but that's what I have coined it. And that's where you have like a lot of your fast food restaurants. You have your Walmart, your HEB. You've got a lot of new shopping. It's like a shopping mall, a whole bunch of nail salons and orthodontists and dentists and doctor's appointments. It's like really everything you need is right in that shopping center. Buffalo Crossing, the neighborhood you guys just saw, is right here. This is Buffalo Crossing all right here. How cool is that, right? So you are, let's say 10 to 15 minutes to I-35. You're less than 5 minutes to HEB and everything right here. So as far as like convenience for everyday living, this neighborhood is perfect. If you're having to commute to go on I-35, you're 10 to 15 minutes to I-35, and then I don't know what the day is going to tell you what it's going to be on I-35. There's a lot of construction. They are making it a double decker right now, so there's just a lot of construction in this area from 1604 and up. It's actually coming all the way down past 1604, but all of this area on I-35 has like some serious construction going right now. It's still moving, it's not stopped. And again, when I say construction and traffic, I'm meaning add an extra 15-20 minutes to your trip. I'm not talking about sitting on a freeway for 2 hours, right? So you just have a lot of construction there. Let me clean this up for you guys so you can see. So 10-15 minutes to I-35, and then another 10 to 15 minutes to the, I wouldn't even say, I mean, from, let's just give you even a better perspective for my own travel time. I'm in Stone Oak, and for me to take 1604 up to Buffalo Crossing over here, it takes me 25 minutes. Okay, so not terrible. Of course, that's on a day that 35 is not crazy. If I were trying to go at 5 o'clock, it would definitely take me 45, right? So that's just to give you some perspective. To get to the airport from the neighborhood, you're definitely 30 minutes. Here's the airport over here. You would just come down 35. I would take Rosebuck Parkway, get off on Wetmore and come this way, or you could just go 35 to 410. Whichever route Google tells you to take, that's what I would suggest. So, but you do have, as far as location, you have a lot of shopping right here at this intersection between 1604 and I-35. You have IKEA, you have Twin Peaks is a restaurant, BJ's is a restaurant, Olive Garden. So you've got like restaurants. You also have Floor and Decor. I'm always there because I love doing renovations and helping clients pick out tile and flooring and all that. So Floor and Decor is there. So you got shopping there. Then you have the Forum right here, which is Target, Hobby Lobby. You got SAS Shoes, which San Antonio shoemakers. They are amazing. If you guys have not tried those shoes, they are so comfortable. Girls, if you don't like wearing heels because they're uncomfortable, they have some great, they're like comparable to like naturalizers. Anyway, I love them. Shoe stores there. You have a lot of restaurants. They have a really good sushi restaurant in here. So you've got shopping and restaurants all within this area. But then you also have that downtown area. If you are military, as we discussed, Randolph Air Force Base is right here. So from the neighborhood, you would just come down through downtown Cibolo, get on 78, and boom, the entrance to Randolph is right there off 78. So literally 10 minutes into Randolph Air Force Base. The location is awesome. Last thing I want to do is zoom in a little bit more just so you can see. So like I said, that shopping center is all on Borgfeld right here. So just to give you a better idea, Buffalo Crossing right here, 1103 right here. So literally, I can't even say 5 minutes. I would probably take you 5 minutes because there's a stoplight there. But just straight, HEB is right here. This whole, it's Main Street, but turns, I guess it is Main Street, and then Borgfeld is right here. But the Chick-fil-A, Goodwill, Walmart, and then you have all of those other stores in this area. So really great. If I clear that up for you, Buffalo Crossing, 1103. Honestly, I would probably go 1103 to Main Street. Jump on, this is 78 right here. So I would jump on 78 and there's your entrance to Randolph right here. So very, very close. And I know because some of you that come to see us, that you guys always tell me that everything looks so close in Texas, right? Like we just had Roy and Kasun come visit us from Tokyo. Very exciting to see you guys here this weekend. And they wanted to check out New Braunfels and Cibolo. And so we were looking at all these areas. And when we got to New Braunfels, one of their first comments was like, wow, on a map, this looks so close, but it's not close. So it is, but it isn't. The traffic on I-35 is a lot. So when I'm showing you this, this is super zoomed in. This is truly very close. When I'm showing you more zoomed out, it does seem on a map from Cibolo to New Braunfels that it is very close, and it's not bad, but it is another 15 minutes out depending on I-35. So that is all that I have for you guys, and hopefully that was helpful just to give you an idea of where exactly it is located. Lots of great things. I genuinely love this neighborhood for a lot of different reasons. I love driving into this neighborhood because it's an established neighborhood, right? Most of these new construction communities that you drive through don't have a lot of mature trees because they're planting them. Where this community, because it started in the early 2000s, it's lined with trees when you drive in. So you get the feel of a established neighborhood, and then you go towards the back and then you have the new builds where there aren't as many trees, but you're still in the area of an established neighborhood, which I really, really love. It's right across the street from the high school, elementary, and middle school, all within a short drive. So really family-friendly, military forward, right? The majority of who is living in this community is active duty or retired military. I just sold a pre-owned home in the neighborhood. My client's retired. He retired 3 months ago from Randolph, from the Air Force, and they moved. And so I had it on the market, and I literally sold it to a newly retired Marine. I think he was a Marine. Don't hate me. Usually I work with Air Force or Navy. My family's Navy, but he was a Marine. So just a lot of military going on in that area. And so if you're in the military community, you know what that means for you. It's wonderful. People love to be around that mindset, and everybody looks out for one another, and it's very family oriented, and it's just a great community. So if this is something you're interested in, drop Steve or I a note. This is our cell phone numbers, our emails. We do respond. So give us a call, shoot us an email. We would love to hear from you, and we will see you guys on the next one.